Maybe we don't need that. Oh, I don't think we do. Oh, yes. Hello, people. That's right. I just don't think I even need this one. I never know what to do with light in this situation here. I think less is more when it comes to the light. Which one is it? Hold on. Less is more, Belle. Belle is with us. Hello, people. Okay. Now, is that too dark? Maybe not. Hold on. Let's just try this again. Uh-oh. Come on, people. Let's see. There's that like. Let's see if we can move that. No. No, I don't think it's going to work. We're going with that. People, this is what you're getting. Want to say hi? Come here. Let me see you. Come on, say hi. Look who's with me. It's me, little Bell. My little old lady. My little old lady. Okay, people, for the 40 days of Lent, I mostly stuck to giving up, as they say, um, buying craft materials and art materials. Now, I buy some planner things, which I thought were a different category. Office supplies, I bought a few of those. And I think I caved on one set of acrylic markers. The price was too good. I couldn't pass it up. And a lot of that has to do with this announcement right here. Wait, before I give my announcement, we're going to read this. Count your blessings. Our daily bread devotional. Do not jump off that bed, sister. You will be in trouble with your mother. April 14. Grieving and grateful. Job 113 to 22. And I have an air conditioner on if you hear that in the background. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. Job 1:21. After my mom died, one of her fellow cancer patients approached me. Your mom was so kind to me, she said, sobbing. I'm sorry she died instead of me. My mom loved you, I said. We prayed God would let you see your boys grow up. Holding her hands, I wept with her and asked God to help her grieve peacefully. I also thanked him for her remission that allowed her to continue loving her husband and two growing children. The Bible reveals the complexity of grief when Job lost most everything, including all of his children. Job grieved and fell to the ground in worship. With a heartbreaking and hopeful act of surrender and expression of gratitude, he declared, The Lord gave and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. Verse 21. While Job would struggle mightily later through his grieving and God's rebuilding of his life, in this moment, he accepted and even rejoiced in God's sovereignty over good and bad situations. God understands the many ways we process and struggle with emotions. He invites us to grieve with honesty and vulnerability, even when sorrow seems endless and unbearable. God affirms that he hasn't and won't change. With this promise, he comforts us and empowers us to be grateful for his presence. And this is written by someone with the last name Dixon. I have no idea how to say the first name. It starts with an X. Practice gratitude today. What is one thing God has given you? What is one thing he's taken away from you? Praise God that his love and presence are unchanging through both joy and grief. Ooh, that hits spot on. Let's have a little sip of this water. Excuse me. Well, God took away a lot from me, and I'm glad that he did, because it gave me an appreciation for things in a way that I know I never would have had. And he has given me so much more back in so many deeper ways. I decided to, and if you don't know who I am, welcome. I don't usually do that stuff. I usually just feel I'm making these videos for the friends I've made on the internet over the last 7 or 8 years. But my name's Laura, I live in Jersey, and I have a crafty bubble that, especially during these times, I like to jump into and just get the cares of the world away for a little while and do some arts and crafts, which I haven't been able to do much of lately. But I was sitting in my room on this very bed, which I'm standing in front of now, in January, and the idea floated into my mind. Not something I was sitting there thinking about. It just floated into my mind that I should try to substitute teach, because it was sparked by my new therapist saying maybe since my mom has been living with us, she's elderly and declining, but also stable, if that makes sense. And so it's been a struggle, and I've been grieving that. So I said, and I started to think about what school districts were close to me. I used to be a teacher. I was a teacher for, it was almost, I think 15 years total. I was a special education teacher, and I loved it and enjoyed it. And in the end, I was not walking with the Lord at all. and he took it away, and he should have, and I'm glad that he did. Anyway, I stayed home with my son, but while I was doing that, I was doing intensive therapy. I had 2 psychotic breaks and slash manic episodes. I was hospitalized in the mental hospitals 4 times at that time, between the time I stopped teaching in 2021. And I think it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 or 5 times, definitely 4 different hospitals. One was an intensive care unit. I was so psychotic that I ran naked down the highway in front of my home while I was totally out of my mind, and nearly killed myself. Luckily, God did not plan for me to go at that time, because I wasn't walking with the Lord, and I'm so grateful for that. This car swerved, it was a truck swerved, and blah, blah, blah. Long story. Anyway, that's where it's at. That's why this is so important to me. That's why God is so important to me. I think sometimes the less people suffer, the less they lean on God. And so therefore they go about their lives thinking people like me are really silly because I talk about God all the time. But when God saves your life and gives you a new life back that's even better, it's all you want to talk about. So anyway, the new life was I got to be with my son and be home while he was going to elementary school. But I was also able to meet friends on the internet and try to kind of get back into the world and into society, because when you have been in and out of institutions like that for years, and you're still trying to raise a kid and all that kind of stuff going on, it's really difficult. It's a climb. It's a struggle. It's a lot of therapy, a lot of work, and all that. So, and in the midst of it, I was carrying this big load of lies. They were deceptions from a false understanding therapist who I'd worked with for too many years, but I had created an idol out of her, which is the Bible has taught me, and that's what happens when you create idols out of anyone or anything, because there is only one God. So now, all that said, it was not what I came out here to say, but I feel like I want to say it because you never know if there's just like somebody, and I apologize if you've heard my story a billion times, but I just feel so strongly like story. We live in a story, right? We're living in God's story, and we relate to one another through stories. And so it's really important to just tell that story over and over again, simply because there might be someone else who is where you were, as living with suicidal ideation all my life until 2021. And they can come and see your life now today and understand that the grace of God can heal anyone and anything. So anyway, I was doing the substitute. So I was sitting here in January. We're going back to present time. And I was, so I'm a substitute. So if the school district's actually called Hope, because God is so awesome. He likes to play word games with me. And it's 12 minutes from my house, exactly. Like not a commute, like just one little country road. And I just reached out, and then I got an interview for it. And I was kind of like, that's weird. I've never seen anybody interview for substitutes. And I loved the lady. She was her second year being the superintendent, and she's wonderful and all that. That's cool. And then I was kind of dragging my feet getting it done. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it. And then I finally filled out all the paperwork, and she called me about a week later and said there was an opportunity she had seen my experience and what I had done. And I specialized heavily in behavioral disorders, they call it. Now they call it emotional regulation impairment in New Jersey. They used to call it emotional disturbance. What I've come to understand is that had I not had the mother I have and lived the life that I've lived, that was so filled with grace, that I myself would have had that very same label. And that's why I understand these children so well. God has really made me able to understand that. So anyway, she called me and said, we have a little boy and he needs like a one-on-one, teacher aid. And do you want to do that? And I said, yeah, why not? I was like off the cuff. I didn't care. She told me recently that she was so thrilled because she was having such a hard time. The kid and the child was struggling. They needed somebody who had some experience. So I was there a couple days, and they start whispering about they're going to have a brand new class open up for the children with emotional regulation issues next year. Then one of them came to me, the director of the special services came. She was like, would you apply if you want? And first they asked me to apply for the summer program, just to teach like a multiple disability summer program, like 19 days, real easy peasy, fun kind of thing. And that's even closer to my house. So I said, sure, I'll do that. My point in this story is that I didn't seek out anything. I followed that whisper about just going to substitute. And this is where God's like, And even I was working somewhere else last spring, and I had in my gut, it just wasn't the right job for me. I didn't feel right about it. There were some moral issues I had with one of the bosses, and I didn't want to leave because I felt bad because the one lady I worked with I really enjoyed, but I did. I just left, and it was perfect. It all just worked out perfectly. God's timing is like no other timing. It's so much better because it's sweeter. We think we need this, like, we've got the problem with our dopamine receptors, especially now that we got all this social media. We want that immediate fix, but if you wait a while and let things develop, and you follow that trajectory, what you have over here is way more than you could have ever asked for, because you're walking in God's will, not your own selfish will. And God's will is to the benefit of all of humanity. That's my understanding. So anyway, the bottom line is, people, how many minutes have I been yakking at you? For 10 minutes, I yacked at you just to tell you that I went on an interview yesterday with the superintendent and the special services lady, and they called me in this morning and told me they would like to offer me the job. Miss Laura's back in the house. Miss Laura is my second favorite title that I've been given in this lifetime. I've got 4 titles. I've been given a lot of different titles. 4 titles that I love. 1, I think 5 at my girlfriend Sarah. Oh, I gotta call my dad. All right, hold on. Wait. All right, my dad called me Lolo. That's my number 1 favorite. Okay. I know he's so proud of me. My dad called me Lolo as a little girl. And even as an adult, when I was upset, he would call me Lolo. He passed on in 2019, if you don't know. Okay, and then there's Mahi, which is my son. He didn't call me mommy. He called me, my little baby Cole called me Mahi. He did that forever. He did up till he was in the elementary school. And then one day I just realized he had stopped saying it. And then there's Miss Laura, right? Mrs. Sullivan, which is my last name, not my favorite title. It's a whole different vibe. Miss Laura. And they let me be with Miss Laura at the school. It's so cool. And then Jersey, you guys are in there. Jersey's one of my favorites. And then Sully, because that's my buddy Ann, and Sol, which is my friend Sarah. So anyway, I'm really on tangenting. I better get moving here. What time I got? It's 1:42. I got to leave in about half hour for a mammogram. I'm getting a mammogram. I'm getting a second one. So I left work early today so I can get down there, but I had a little bit of a gap in between. I want to just say that the other blessing, and I told my new bosses this, my mother, between my older brother came to visit, then my younger brother came, and just my younger brother came without the kids. And not that we don't want the little kids. I have niece and nephew, adorable, precious. I love them, but it's a lot more going on. Just my little brother came, and he gifted me a car. So I'm saying blessings. This is the grace of God. Yeah, my sister-in-law got a new car, so I got her old Volvo. It's not old. It's like a 2015. That's new to me, bro. So I got a free car. I got income coming in the fall. I can save for my son's college. I mean, I'm just so, girls and boys, I am just pumped up. So let's get to the Temu haul. Anyway, that all said, I did jump as soon as it was over Easter Sunday. I'm sure I jumped right on Temu for my shopping addiction, which we're working on. But people, how awesome is this classroom? Oh my God, I don't have time to show you today because my phone's downstairs. I took a video of my new classroom. I'll put it up as a short. That's what I'll do. This classroom is so beautiful. It's gigantic. It's going to start out as a small class, 2 to 3 students, and then it's going to grow. I've got a wonderful behaviorist, and I'm not used to that. And the occupational therapist and speech therapists are supposed to be top notch. So they really want this. And she said to me, we wanted, Laura, we're just glad to have you. We really wanted a shining star. I was like, I'm not a shining star. Simmer down now. All right. It's all God. It's all God. It's God gave me a gift to work with these children. That's all it is. It's got nothing to do with this person. I'm going to get some scissors. Hold tight. So the little boy I'm working with now will be in my class next year. So I'm thrilled about that. He and I, of course, have quite a bond already. We've only known each other since February, but we are like peas and carrots. And he's learned to be such a good boy. He struggles a lot with his emotions, and I understand that. And so, but I'm really excited about this, people. I have not started a new program since the year 2007. Is that how you say it? 2007. It's the last time I started my own new program. It's what I used to do. It's what God had me doing. He would move me around from different schools. And again, but that's when I was in tune with God. When I was not in tune with God, say for instance, for me, not being in tune with God looks like drinking alcoholically, right? I had a binge drinking problem in my from my late teens to my late 20s, and the Lord has given me a reprieve on that every day, one day at a time. One day at a time. All right, let's see what we ordered here. Anyway, I'm thrilled because guess what? I don't care, people. I know there's Temu steals things from other people, and I get all that. But guess what, people? I'm on a budget, and I want to buy things for these children. And so I have 20 kids in the kindergarten class that I'm in who are my little just my little muffins. I love them. They're every muffin that you've ever muffined. Okay, they're just all so precious, and I love them so much. And they oh, they're just too. I just can't stand it. I can't even tell you how precious they are to me. Anyway, they keep asking me, "Are you coming to first grade with us too, Miss Laura?" I can't wait to tell them I'll have a classroom. They can come visit me. All right. Anyway, these are squishies for the kids. They're just all different ones. That looks like an Easter one, a donut one. So I'm gonna have a big treasure box, a big prize box, a big treasure chest for my doodles. And these are really nice. You see, this is what I mean. Temu, sometimes they really, yeah, yeah. And I have to price it out. With the Dollar Tree used to be like the way to go, but I price it out now, people, because the Dollar Tree, some of the stuff's decent. And I like it, and don't get me wrong, but first of all, it's not all $1.25 even anymore. You're lucky if you find $1.25. All right, and then I'm gonna have all kinds of places in my classroom. A lot of this, no, listen, my halls are gonna start looking like this, classroom halls. Okay, this is your YouTube channel. Excuse me, changes with you, right? And if you're growing in different ways, right? I mean, sometimes you do post, if you're a YouTube person, sometimes you're posting coloring pages, and sometimes you're doing embroidery, and so, you know what I'm saying? I've never been a niche kind of girl, always been an eclectic one. Anyway, I had bought one of these already, and I'm loving it. I was using it for my stuff, my Bible journaling stamps. I don't think it's here. Really cute. They're quilted. So cute, right? I actually had an idea about using this for something else, but I'm not going to say what it is because it might have something to do with people who are in this community. All right, I'm not going to open all these up right now. I'm just going to show them to you. So there's some spacers and bead caps. And now these little guys I'm going to have are going to be kindergarten through about second grade. So things like that, like making, little, they'll be doing like counting and different things. And I can, I'm going to incorporate things that are fun. I want this learning to be super fun. Kids need to be having fun at school, people, okay? They need to be having fun. Part of what my boys' problem is some of that. I love them dearly. The teachers are great, but some of the work is super boring. And I get it. They have to learn certain things. But if you only have 2 or 3 students, you can be much more creative. If I had a class of 20, you got to give it a worksheet and do it all together. I get, but I'm not going to have that. I'm going to be able to really do individualized stuff. So these are those like sparkly ones. And yesterday I brought in some arts and crafts stuff to do a little, decorate this box that my buddy, my main man E, we're going to call him E. My main man E wanted to do, and all the children were like crowding around the table. And I didn't know that all of the children loved arts and crafts that much. So I was like, okay, well, now I know. All right, these are beads. Oh, these are strawberry beads. This is my dream that I'll eventually do that strawberry journal that I've been collecting for the last 6 years. All right, this is for my doodle. I think I might give this to my doodle tomorrow because I told him I was going to have something special for him because I had to leave early. Okay, so these are really cool. They had these in the indoor recess where the kids have recess indoors. They're really neat. Look, check them out. They're magnetic blocks, and a lot of them look kind of like that Minecraft thing. So I think I'm not gonna give this to him to keep because I like to keep things that I can let him use over and over again at school, and he'll enjoy that. This is a bunch of really cool teacher stickers, and so I'm going to use these to make some thank you gifts for the teachers that have been so welcoming to me. And this, I already have one of these, and I love it. I'm just going to show you. It goes like this, and then it hangs down. Let me see if I can show you. I have it hung up over here for now. See it right there? I don't know if you can see it because I did something stupid to the camera. I don't know why. I must have thought I was doing something. Anyway, this is going to be for the classroom. I liked it that much. All right, and then I ordered a whole bunch of those. Oh, these are little tiny beads. Ooh, iridescent tinies. Very nice. And I really wanted to do some sequin mix to make shaker cards. So I did order some of that. I'll show you those all at once because I ordered a whole bunch of that. And they are cool. This is a die for, it's a little tiny, I'll see if I can show you this way. There you go. So it's a little tiny, these are file folders, tiny file folders. And then this is like a little holder. Very cool. Also, this job has blessed me with a new friend who scrapbooks and makes cards, and I am going to her house tomorrow after school. That's right, I have a play date, and we are making cards. $20, all of the materials not only included but ready to go, cut down for you. This her friend is a Stampin' Up instructor, which I'm so excited about because that means I can get I love that Stampin' Up paper. Now that I got a job, I haven't made a job. No, listen, teachers don't make that much money, okay, comparatively, right? Like, I don't know, my brothers probably make 3-4 times what I make. However, I will say, I don't have a lot of bills up in here because I got me a Romeo who takes good care of me. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for that. And so I'm not saying I'm going to go out there on a spending spree, but I'm saying that I have a little disposable income, and I can also increase my contributions to things. All right, if everyone who grew up in the 80s, I believe the 90s also, knows what that is. It's a sticker. And this one too. I cannot, and I got my nails done yesterday. The girls, my little 5-year-olds told me to get I wish you could really see this. This is the most sparkly I've ever seen in my life. All right, and then this one, not sure what's in here. Anyway, if you guys have any good ideas for a classroom. Oh, this is also going to go in my prize box. Ready? These kids love this stuff. They crack me up. They love little things like this. So these are pencil toppers, but they come in these little. And my little buddy E, he will take this, just the ball. He is so creative. This kid is intelligent and creative. He will take this plastic ball and this little eraser top, and he will play with it and make a game out of it for 2 hours. You know, it's amazing. So I think I'm also making a little bags. I'm going to be putting in another team order because I'm making little baggies or some things. I'm not sure yet for my little buddies when I leave, because I'm leaving because of you people. I'm leaving on June 5th. It's a Friday. That's going to be my last day. The next week is the week before the retreat, and I have a lot of things I want to make sure that are done for the retreat. And so I won't see them that last week because that week will be a hard week, and I don't mean to be like a schmuck, but the last weeks of school, there's not a lot going on. There's not a lot to do, and that's when the students, like my students, struggle really a lot, and I won't have the energy to do that job and then do the retreat, and I had already committed to the retreat, so I told them straight up, because actually they were supposed to be finished on June 8th, and because of snow days, they're finishing on the 12th, which is my birthday, that Friday. So there's that. But as I leave, I'm going to, on the 5th, when I leave, I'm going to give them each a little goodie bag, thanking them for being such a welcoming class, because I just came into their lives in the middle of February, and they were just, just there. All right, this has rainbows, and they're all iridescent. These are all for the sequin mix. I don't know if you can see any of it, and I apologize. And I'm not that person that's going to give you all the links and all that. Just, if you know, you know. This one's just like colorful stuff, little polymer clay. These are iridescent leaves. I don't know what the hell this is. Excuse my language. I don't even know what this one is. Some of them wrap it so interesting. It's like, oh, this is more. I love this stuff. This is some of my favorite stuff. It's the sprinkles. It looks like actual sprinkles. So I got that one. This is also sprinkles. This one's a little bit different, this color. And this one is this might be the strawberries. Hold on, let's see what we got. Oh, shoot, I cut right into the bag like a doofus. Well, now this one's open because I'm a doof. Yeah, that's the strawberries. All right, we got to put that in. I'm going to put that here. I don't want to lose that. This one is lollipop. Is that lollipop? This is little strawberry soda, like little drinks. This one is little tiny iridescent balls. This one is little flowers. And this is leaves. So I priced these in a bunch of different places, and the prices at Temu are just unbeatable for those. All right, let's see. I don't want to lose these because they are little, man. I'll just tuck that one in there. Tuck her in. All right, Tucker. Let's see what else we got. I got a couple pieces of clothing, not a lot, so we'll do those last. Oh, and I got my first piece of classroom sign stuff. It's just a little sign, and we might put it on the door. I'm not sure. It's got a little one of these. It says, in this classroom, it's okay to be yourself, ask for help, not know it all, make mistakes, have hard days, feel your feelings, and start over again. Yes, that's our theme. Oh, and these are acrylic bookmarks that I got to go with those teacher stickers. So I'm going to put those little teacher stickers. And And I'm hoping to get my butt using that Cricut more because of the new job, you know. So these are real. Oh, they came with. Oh, look, they came with. I didn't know this. This is Temu for you. The sun will rise and we will try again. All right, so they came with some stickers, so I can use this for something. And then they came with the acrylic, and then they came with a tassel, right? And then they even came with these awesome bags. That was a heck of a deal, man. And it came in a case. Hey, that was a heck of a deal. That was, yeah, it came in this case. You know, I love me a plastic case. All right, and then the rest is just a few clothing items. We'll see. It can be. Oh no, it's not. You have two more things. Oops, sorry. It's always something else with Temu. These are paw prints, and the school's theme is the panther. It's a panther, and the motto is "Be positive." It's all about positivity. It's really cute. Everywhere you go, there's signs and things for the kids telling them to be kind and that they're loved, and just a beautiful environment for children. They're focused on kids, and that's what I've always dreamed about, is being in a place where they're 100% about the kids. All right, and this one also is going to be for my work, to hold little doodaddles. Just have to fold that out. Yeah, it's a. I wish I could make this. I know Abigail, Desk in the Attic, could make this. You mean, and I'm taking Abigail. If you see this, I'm taking your little unicorn one and putting on my desk at work. I'm taking pieces of all of you in there. I know which Janet Nash piece I'm taking. I got something from everybody. I'm taking the little tiny shopping cart. I know they're going to love that. All right, and this one is a dress. Now, I knew the material would be more of a polyester, not what I like cotton, but I loved the color, and the price was right. And in the classroom I'm in this year, there's no air conditioning. So I thought that was going to be the case for me. And I talked to God about it, and I said to God, I don't want to complain, but that seems like it's going to be really hard to be with those kids, because I know some of them get, you know, and it's just kind of in my mind, but I wasn't complaining. So today when I mentioned something about something and air conditioning, and it had not, and they said, well, you're going to have air conditioning in your room. I was like, God just keeps on giving. All right, and this is a shirt. So I don't know how the clothes will work out. Sometimes I do return the clothes because the material. I always know, now you know with Temu, it's not a lot of times, it's mostly polyester. But sometimes it's not a bad thing. So this one's pretty. And like this is one that, again, also no, there is no air conditioning at my church either. So like something like this with a pair of shorts will be nice. Okay, I'll get it. Yeah, I get it. You want it? She's done. She's ready to go. You need to wait. All right, and this is what I'm really waiting for. I needed a new bag. The one I've been using, although it says Good Vibes Club, it's got a rainbow on it, which is awesome. I've been have to carry it all day long, and I got a lot of stuff in there, and so it's not working out. So this one seemed, yeah, see this. This seems like it might actually work better. So this was just a corduroy bag with a bunch of zippers. And what I really love is it has on the inside, it has where you can put pens and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see if I like it better. And if I don't, that's okay too. But I like the pocket on the front. Oh, there's zippers here too. Look at that. The thing is, this year I'm living out of a bag, and I'm home based in the kindergarten. But my man needs a lot of things. So I have to carry all that stuff with me. All right, thank you for listening to me. If you came this far in the video, you have been 28 minutes into my yap. The basic point of this video is to just say thank you to God. And God is good, and you are part of that for me, all of you who've been with me on this journey, and that I feel so grateful. And it's strange, but I feel grateful for the difficult situations I've had, as well as the blessings, because I forget what I said, and my Romeo said to me, yeah, but you're strong. And I said, I thought for a minute, and I thought, you know what, you're right, I am. And I give all glory to God for that. But it's true. You know, I want to make sure I give the glory to God, but at the same point, I feel like God doesn't want me to not acknowledge the things about me that he's given me that are gifts, right? Does that make sense? All right, I hope you're all doing well. I didn't get to talk to you about you very much. I feel a little selfish about that. But anyways, if you don't see me around the streams and you don't see me around your videos making comments, it's because I'm just really busy right now. But I'm going to get into a rhythm. And I'm hoping next year in the school year, when I start in September and everything, I'm going to set aside finally in my life a specific time once a week to go on live stream and just do some art. Love you all. Be well. Thank you.